So today, actually, we will discuss different logic which is used in array, because whenever you are working with array, you know that there are lots of values we can store in a single variable. So for different types of works, we have to know different logic, how to make different logic in array. Okay. Now our first program is how to find out the summation of different numbers which stores in array. Okay. Now similarly, as per the previous classes, we have declared an array that is n of 5, and we have taken a variable sum s which we have assigned 0 because we have to calculate uh, the summations and store it inside that particular variable. So it is required. We have to declare sum equal to 0. It is required. Otherwise, it will generate a garbage value. Now it is based on user defined program. So we have taken a for loop which started with 0 index to 4th number index, because the value of the length is 5 in array. Now after taking the value from user, we have made a calculation that is s equal to s plus n of I, because all the index value will one by one add with the previous sum value and store in the latest sum value. Okay, so in this way the previous sum value will increment by the adding of the new numbers of the array. So after that we have display the value. Okay, so it is almost similar like our previous program, previous classes we have seen this, but this is user defined number. We haven't assigned the predefined value in array. This is the user defined values. Okay, now similarly in case of if you want to find out the maximum and minimum number, suppose we have stored 5 numbers in array. Now you want to find out, or you want to observe that which number is the maximum number and which number is the minimum number. So our second program will discuss regarding this. The first portion, that is up to scanning portion, is same as the previous program. Now, if you want to find out the max and min, so you require to declare two variables. One is max and one is min. Now, you can see this line, max equal to min equal to n of 0. That means the program has to take some initial value which should be stored in max and min, so that you can compare with the other value. So what we have done, whatever the first value stored in the first index, we will taken as this one is the max or min number. Okay, now to compare with the others index value, we have started a for loop, that is if I equal to 1, that means it will compare with the second index value, because I have taken I equal to 1, and it will go up to fourth positions, that is fifth index. Now inside the for loop we have compare with the max value. If the other number will beat the maximum number, then only it will store in the max. Similarly, in the other if condition, we have checked for the minimum number. That means the first value is stored in the minimum value, minimum variable. So all the others numbers will one by one come in the for loop and compare, is it less than the minimum number. If satisfied, then only it will store in the minimum number. So with the help of similar for loop, a single for loop, we have done the both the checking by using two separate if, to finding one if to finding the maximum number, one if to finding the minimum number. So in this way, we can print the maximum and minimum number in the array. Okay. So that is our second concept. Now similarly there is another very important logic. Suppose you have stored 5 number in array. Now you want to calculate how many numbers of them are odd and how many numbers of them are even. So that is also a very important logical part in array. So again, if we discuss this, the first portion, that is scanning portion, is similar to the previous two programs. Now, because we have to find out how many odds and evens are there, so that's why two variables are required to declare. One is odd and one is even. But they are actually the integer variable. They want to count how many evens are there, how many odds are there. So initially, that's why we have stored 0 as their initial value. For the first time, we don't have any odd and even numbers because we haven't checked it. So that's why the initial value has been given, that is 0. Odd is 0 and even is also 0. Now the logical part is there. So we have taken a for loop, and inside that we have simply checked all the index value one by one is they divided by 2. If they divided by 2, then even will be incremented. That means even plus plus. If the even value is 0 initially, then even value will be 1. If the even value is 1, then it will be 2. In this way, it will increment it. If they not satisfied, if the number or index value is not divided by 2, it's not satisfy the conditions, then it will come to the else part, that is odd plus plus. So in this way, up to the last index we have to check the index value is odd or even. After finishing our job, last of all we will print how many events and how many odds we have got. So then it will be printed. Clear? Okay. And the last program is very important also. That is actually called linear search. Suppose an array is there with some numbers. Now as a user, I am asking you which number you want to find. So you are giving me a number, that is my searching number. Now I have to check that your number is present in my array or not. So that is a kind of linear search. Later on you will also get a very important searching concept, that is binary search. But now it is linear search. Similarly, two variable has been declared. One is array n of 5 index. One is sn. Sn means search number. That means user will search a particular number, so which should be stored in my sn variable. And there is a logical variable called found variable I have taken. Found means we have to check that either the number is there or not in my array. So that's why we have used a boolean variable called found, where the found value, if the found value is 0, that means the number is not present. If the found value is 1, that means the number is present in the array. Okay. So after taking all the numbers in the first for loop, we have come to get the value from the user. So enter the search number and scanf sn. That means we have taken the search number from user. Now we have to check. This portion is important. Now you have to check with all our array index either the search number is present or not. Now we have declared a for loop I equal to 0, I less than equal to 4, I plus plus, and we have done some checking. So Vihan, you can see the simple checking. If n of I, that means all the index value, is same as sn or not, that means whatever the search number you want to search, that is present in my index or not, that I am checking. If it's satisfied, then the found value will be 1, and we will come out from the for loop because we have found that particular number, so we don't need to search the rest of the portions. If If you are getting the your search number found, then only you will stop your searching process, because you have already got your numbers. But if the number is not present in the first index or second index or third index, so you have to make your for loop up to the last index. After that also, if you don't find your searching number, so you have to come out from the for loop. And after coming out from the for loop, we have done a logical checking, that is found equal to 1 or not. If the number is there, then found value will be 1, and if the number is not 1, then the number is not present in the searching options. Okay, so these are the very important and quite easy syntax also. If you concentrate the whole things, you can understand. Okay, so if there is any question, you can ask me. Is there any question, Bihan? Okay. Okay.